Responsibility to go back to Lodabar. Your work's not done just because you made it to the palace. Oh, bless the name of the Lord. But you've got a responsibility to help somebody else make it across. Thank you, Jesus. Don't pull up the ladder because you climbed to the top. Don't blow up the bridge because you made your way across. Thank you, Jesus. But reach your hand back down the ladder and pull somebody else up out of Lodabar. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. It's all right if you got it now. Just hold it for me. I'll be there to get it after a while. Oh, bless the name of the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. You got to make up in your mind that what God has for me, it is for me. I might not have it right now. May not get it next week. You might try to stop me from getting it. But if God said it's mine, I want you to know after a while, I'm going to get what belongs to me.
All right, family. What's good with y'all? Listen. I'm on bended knees. And I'm apologizing to my faithful listeners who were ready this morning. Y'all were ready because folks started calling the call-in line. Those who have my my cell number, y'all were actually calling my cell number. Y'all was like, Bishop, are you coming on? You gonna be on? What the deal? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. See, you get a certain age and stuff start happening to you. Now, in 20 years, every time I haven't been on the radio, it's been planned, and I normally would get a guest host to come in for us. This morning, I overslept. I mean, by the time I got up, it was already 9:30, and I just couldn't make it happen. We start out on the air. Our show starts on WTCC at 9 a.m. And so I said, well, you know what? I'm still going to go ahead and engage the streaming audience. And then I had all kinds of technical difficulties. Couldn't make that happen. Some of you were on there. We were trying to make it happen. And I was like, you know what? It just ain't meant for me to be on the air this morning. So let me just relax and get back at y'all this evening. So here I am. I'm with you. Hopefully y'all accept it all is love. First time in 20 years of radio that something like that has happened. But I'm here because I need to talk about voting. I got to talk about it. We need to have a conversation about that, fam, because we're kind of all over the place on that. We're all over the place on that in terms of do we vote for the Democrats? No, Democrats are taking us for granted. True. Do we vote for the Republicans? No, they're racist. True. Do we not vote at all? What do we do in this day and age? And so first, I want to get your opinion. I want y'all. First of all, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to like and share, no matter where you're um, tuning in from. Wherever you're tuning in from, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, do all that stuff. Let somebody know that we're live on the air. And then I need you to rep your city, rep your town. Not only do I need you to rep your city, rep your town, I need for you to tell me. You don't have to tell me who you're voting for. I just need to know if you plan on voting. If you plan on voting and why. If you want to share who you're voting for, you can do that if you're inclined to do so. And if you're not voting, tell me you're not voting and tell me why you're not voting. Because that's what I want to get. I want to get into your reasons, your rationale as to why you're doing what you're doing. And so we can kind of flesh it out and kind of have a fireside chat about this thing because it's coming up on us, family. We've got primaries here in Massachusetts next Tuesday, and primaries in other parts of the nation as well are happening. Voter initiatives are going on all over America, and we're trying to encourage people to get out there and vote. So I need to know where you guys are. If you want to share with me who you're voting for, do so in the comment section. If you don't want to share who you're voting for, but just want to share that you are voting, share that. If you want to share that you're not voting, share that and tell me why. And then we'll even open up the phone lines briefly. I'm not going to be on here all night, y'all. I'm just making up for what I didn't do this morning. It's late and I need to eat. And I got some announcements, some things that are happening in this area that you need to know about. So let's have this conversation, family. See what's what. Let me play a little something here. Give you a little bit of encouragement. This is my late big sister, miss her so. This is called A Response to the Sellout. The Republican National Convention is going on, and we're gonna get at that. Candace Owens didn't get an invite. It's hilarious to me. Stay with us, all right? 413-337-1867. We'll open up the phone lines when we come back. Tell a friend, tell somebody. Bishop is on the air. He's trying to make up. For what you guys didn't get this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You say you sold out because black women are loud and crass. What? And your precious white woman is the epitome of class? Are you so blind that you cannot see? That pale girl child ain't got nothing on me. For hundreds of years we have stood by your side, accepted your flaws and allowed you your pride, bore your children and cleaned up your mess, satisfied your lust and always settled for less. We have stayed in the background and allowed you to lead, trusting in your strength and ability to succeed, never getting the praise and credit we deserve, but having the courage, the will, and the nerve, for being the backbone that has kept it together, for you and our children in all kinds of weather. And now suddenly you say we're not good enough for you. We forced you to sell out because of the things we did. Well, where was that white woman when that white man you hate was cracking the whip? In the boardroom, the warehouse, and on the slave ship. She stood by his side and didn't say a word, waiting for her own chance to rule and be heard. And now it's her you turn to and treat like a queen. And me and my sisters you choose to demean? Well, hold up, wait a minute, and stop the damn bus. Because there are a few things I need to remind you about us. Listen up. A more beautiful creature God never made than an African woman, no matter her shade. High, yellow, red bone, or cocoa brown, we are more than worthy of wearing a crown. Ebony, mocha, or black as the night. It is we who have always shared in your plight. We are passionate, spiritual, loving, and kind. A more generous heart you'll never find than the one that beats inside the body of a Nubian queen, the hardest working, loving, giving woman you've ever seen. For we give and forgive until there's little left. Then we're forced to put up our guard to avoid your theft. The theft of our hearts and our trust, the very nature of our soul, by our so-called brothers who are just playing a role. And you wonder why some of us act as we do? Take a look in the mirror, because the answer is you. It's not enough that the white man has always tried to keep us down, but our own men act as though they'd love to see us drown. And white women have never invited us to join their equal rights struggle. So we're out here alone with a million things we juggle, raising the children that black men leave behind and dealing with the racism of the daily corporate grind. Damn, it's no wonder some of us are loud. Hell, we're just trying to be heard. In a world where everyone, including our men, ignore our every word. Where are the brothers who understand a black woman's worth? Right here, who will protect and stand by us, for we are the salt of this earth. We birthed you, raised you, and showered you with love. It was we who taught you to love your creator above. We gave you all we had and taught you to be men. Open your eyes, it is us, your black sisters, not the Bo Derek's kind who rate a perfect 10. And one final word for the sellout who claim to be brothers. When you turn your back on us, you disrespect your mothers. Did you hear that?
All right, we're back with you. I see y'all lively in the chat already, and we're gonna get at that. We're gonna get at the chat section on here, and then we're gonna open up the phone line in a minute. But I want to see what you guys are saying. Let me see what cities and towns are being repped up in here. Anybody, city, town, where y'all coming in from? Let me see who we got up in here. I know we got some trolls because I've seen you already, and we're gonna invite y'all to the block party. Y'all gonna come to the Bishop's block party. You trolls. That's what's gonna happen right there. Let's see. Y'all repping your city, repping your town. I don't see your city and your town up in here. Let me see. Let's get with right here. Somebody says, I'll be voting for Joe Biden. I'll be voting for Joe Biden. All right. How many Bidens out there? I got Springfield in the house. Hometown in the house. Voted early. I voted early as well. Matter of fact, I voted on Saturday. Went down. We had a Operation Vote held at the Church for Women in the NAACP, and I went down right after Operation Vote to City Hall, and I cast my ballot. And I encourage you to do the same in terms of early voting. It's happening. Let's see. Clifford Payne, what's good with you, brother? Chi-Town in the house. I'll be voting. We cannot afford to not vote anymore, even if the choices are limited. Evan from the Chi says, I'm going to be voting. Okay. Here we go. Voting Biden, unfortunately, even reluctantly. Says you're voting Biden. I got Clifford from Indianapolis in the house. Indiana up in here. Says he's voting. He will be voting. It's not staying home. I know some of you are staying home, but I want to know what your reason is if you are not voting. What's your reason? I want to flesh that out. Over here on the YouTube side, voting Biden. Voting for Biden. All right. Let's see. Over here on the Periscope side, Biden and Harris. Biden and Harris. Are you voting, fam? Are you voting? Oh, Kelly Stevens. Y'all watch her disappear. I'm gonna put her comment up here. I'm gonna give her 2 minutes of fame. Give her 2 minutes of fame. Kelly. Hey, Kelly. Kelly, you're gonna get your 2 minutes of fame. You know that you guys are so predictable with your nonsense. Oh, you're a sellout race hustler. Y'all need some new material. You white supremacists y'all really need some new material. Okay, you do. I mean, it's the same old stuff over and over again. You just got blocked, Kelly. So just so you know, you can't make any more comments. But it's the same stuff over and over again. Oh, you're a race hustler. Blah, 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 blah. That's all you got. That's all you got. That's all y'all got. You're on the Democrat plantation. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up with your mayonnaise dripping, bologna lip, light-headed, wet dog smelling troglodyte self. Okay? Hey, get off my page. All right. Karen. Oh, the Miracle Whip posse, boy. They be tripping. Block user. She's gone. Her comment is now deleted. See ya. Let's see. Let me see here. Elder Samuel Parker, San Antonio, Texas, is in the house. And Elder Parker says, you know what? I'm voting against Trump. Whatever I do, I'm voting against Trump. Now, Just PM on the Just PM, I need you to chime in. Just PM on the YouTube side says I'm not voting at all. I want to know how many of you out there feel that same way, that you're not voting at all. And I'd actually like to let me get the number up here. Because I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd love to hear from you. Let me get Just PM's comment back up here. Not voting at all. 413-337-1867. Make sure the phone lines are running right. I had so much technical difficulty this morning, man. I don't even know if the phone lines are going to be working, man. It was working a brother's nerve. It was one of those Murphy Law mornings. Whatever can go wrong, did go wrong. So I'm going to test it out myself. 413-337-1867. Yes. Okay. So phone lines are working. So cool. Phone lines are working. So we can get your phone calls in. Because I really want to know, those of you who are not voting, I want to know your rationale. Why would you not vote? And we're not ridiculing anything. Jules Howard, they still try to shadow ban me on Twitter mostly. They try to basically restrict my reach on there. not on other platforms. Well, Facebook trips hard. What Facebook does, I get death threats a lot in my Facebook inbox. Death threats, threats of bodily harm. And you all that follow my page, you know, because what happens is I'll report it to Facebook. Facebook will do nothing to the white supremacists. Then when I expose them by telling you what city and town they're from, where they work, putting up a screenshot of their threat, then Facebook tells me I violated their rules, and then they restrict my account. They restrict my account for 3 days, then 7 days, and it's ridiculous. And I'm like, wait a minute. How does exposing a bigot for threatening to kill me violate your rules, but them actually going into my Facebook inbox and threatening to kill me doesn't violate your rules, and their account gets to remain active while you're restricting mine? So Facebook, Twitter does the shadow banning. Facebook is ridiculous with the application of their terms of service. They're horrible. Okay, Facebook is trash. Anyway, so that's that. They might get mad and shut off my video though. Are you voting? Are you voting? Are you voting? Keep losing connection. Am I losing connection or somebody else losing connection? Let me see. I don't know if you're talking about me. Because I thought I was connected. Let me see. Am I connected, y'all? If I'm connected, y'all tell me I'm connected. Please tell me I'm not having problems again. Let me see. I don't know if you're talking about me. Okay, it looks like I'm connected. Okay, you're right, Evan. Twitter does a little more. They haven't been doing much lately because of this COVID. They've been using that as an excuse to not do stuff. So we'll see what's up with that.
What this is saying then is that just as you don't know.
Let me see.
How you manage to be
back to the voting thing.
How you manage
Kim Ware
to grow and
Kim says she's voting. She says she's voting.
That doesn't mean to say that
I want to hear from you all who, thank you for telling me I'm good, that we're connected. Those who are not voting, I want to know. I want to know. You're right. Facebook does have that racial bias. Facebook, there's something else, man. I'm telling you. Straight up.
That you aren't
straight up.
Doing it
So let me just give you my take on this whole thing. Because I understood completely the people that are fed up with the Democrat Party. I get you. I feel you. Listen, I'm in agreement. You know, when Ice Cube came on and he talked about the Democratic convention and he said, "What's in it for black people?" You know, y'all did all of that stuff, but what's in it for black people? What we getting out of this deal? Legitimate question. When you think about the fact that the Voting Rights Act has been nullified since 2012 by the Supreme Court. They said the formula in Section 4 that determined what states, municipalities, districts needed pre-clearance before they could change voting regulations. They said it was unconstitutional. So everybody who had systemically suppressed black votes, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, they no longer had to go through pre-clearance with the federal government, with the Department of Justice. So they could pass all these crazy laws, shut down voting precincts, stop early voting, come up with ID requirements. They could basically tell you you had to count the jelly beans, guess jelly beans in the jar if they wanted to. And the federal government could not use the Voting Rights Act to stop them. Right now, the Voting Rights Act is moot. It's on the books, but it's unenforceable. It's been that way since the decision in 2012. Congress has to reinstate Section 4. Okay. The Democrats told us, listen, once Trump got in office in 2016, you got to flip the House and the Senate. You got to put us back in charge of the House to neutralize him and for us to be able to do some things. Folks went to the polls, particularly black people, gave Democrats the House. The House has not presented one piece of legislation to fix the Voting Rights Act under Democratic leadership. Nancy Pelosi and her crew has done nothing. And even if the Senate was going to reject it or not pass it, the House still should have been pushing legislation. They haven't done that. So you have to question, what's up with that? The House hasn't done anything in terms of reparations. You have to ask the question about that. The House hasn't done anything in terms of comprehensive prison reform or comprehensive police reform. You have to ask the question about that. So black folk who say that the Democratic Party has failed us when they're giving immigrants what they want. They're pushing DACA. They're pushing things for immigrants. They're pushing things for the LGBT community. They're pushing things for hunchbacks and one-legged people, anybody but black people. Nothing specific for black people. And so they have a legitimate point to say, you know what? We're tired of just giving Democrats our votes and black people get nothing in return. We get this a rising tide lifts all boats philosophy that when we pass this thing for DACA, it's also going to help black people. When we pass this thing for LGBT or for immigrants or for hunchbacks, it's also going to help black people. But we ain't going to pass nothing specifically for black people. And so you can't really blame black people for being fed up with that mentality that your claim to fame is we're not the Republicans. We're not as racist as they are. We're not as bad as they are. So just keep voting for us, even though we ain't willing to give you nothing. So their position is we just won't vote. Because at the end of the day, black people are going to be screwed in either way, whether Republicans or Democrats are in power. So we just won't vote. And we'll let the Republicans keep whooping up on the Democrats until they're ready to sit at the table and negotiate and give us what we want. So, you really can't blame folk for having that mentality. Can't blame them for it. So I understand it. I just happen to be of the opinion that in this race, when it comes to this president, this man is an existential threat. He is dangerous. Basically, right now, America has been turned into a dictatorship. That Trump can ignore Congress. He doesn't have to obey congressional subpoenas, anything Congress says, because, they tried to impeach him for obstructing Congress. And he knows, hey, Democrats control the Senate. Impeach me all you want in the House. Nothing's going to happen in the Senate. I'm still going to be in power. So he thumbs his nose. He gives the finger to Congress. Doesn't obey Congress. He's not worried about things going to court because the Senate, through Mitch McConnell, has stacked the federal bench on all levels. So if things go to court, Trump-appointed judges are going to side with Trump. So if I don't have to obey Congress, I don't have to worry about you taking things to court. I don't have to worry about being convicted or charged with a crime. I can do what the hell I want, when I want, how I want, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. So basically, in less than 4 years, this so-called republic, so-called democracy has been flipped into a dictatorship. And this guy already praises Kim Jong-un, and he praises Vladimir Putin and every other dictator. He wants to be just like them. And the Republicans have sat idly by just so their party stays in power. They're willing to compromise American democracy and let Trump be a dictator. And I submit to you that if this man gets in for another 4 years, this man who is using illegally the military, federal agents to attack citizens, to tear gas and brutalize citizens who are exercising their First Amendment right of protest, this man who is threatening to shoot black people when the looting starts, the shooting starts, who's bragging about what would have happened if they would have came through that fence, we would have sicked some very vicious dogs on them. This guy is an existential threat. He's dangerous. This guy's Department of Justice, knowing that the greatest terrorist threat in America are white men, white supremacist males. Yet the FBI, the Department of Justice, under Donald Trump, came up with another category to target called Black identity extremists. So they could have an excuse to target, to investigate, to survey black people. They wanted an excuse to be able to do that. And it's no different than the counterintelligence program of the FBI under J. Edgar Hoover. And my wife doesn't know I'm on the radio, so she's calling me. Babe, I'm on the radio. Hello? Okay. So basically we've got a modern day COINTELPRO. A modern day COINTELPRO is happening right up under our noses, even though so-called black identity extremists aren't even a threat. So he did that. So he would have an excuse to go after Black Lives Matter. He would have an excuse to target people like me, anybody who he doesn't agree with, anybody that they consider a threat to white supremacy, to what he does. They go after black people. Basically what that is. So leave this man in office another 4 years, you ain't gonna recognize America. You're not gonna recognize America. So I understand, and I feel your pain, brothers and sisters, with black people always having to be in this position of choosing between the lesser of two evils. I get it. I completely get it. And we don't want to be in that position. But that's where we are. That's where we are.
I'll get straight to I found marijuana in the house.
And so
Well, I never thought of myself.
I think it's critical that we vote. I think that we vote. Critical that we vote. And this time I'm going to grit my teeth. And you know, I mean, I know, you know, I got to choose between Satan and Lucifer. But we just might have to go ahead and choose somebody who we think is going to be less damaging to us than the other person. And I submit to you, my sisters and brothers, you ain't gonna recognize America with 4 more years of this Klansman in office. I promise you, you won't. Michael Moore says the devil is in office and he got to go. The devil. Oh, and you're right. Beantown, Carlene, You're absolutely right. We can't do this another 4 years. Somebody was asking me a question. Let me see. What your stance is about Jesus being portrayed as a white male? Dude, you must not be following me. I have talked about over and over and over and over again. I have talked about the advancement of white supremacy through depicting Jesus as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man. We don't need the white Jesus. We need the right Jesus, and it ain't the one that's been depicted and used by white supremacy to push the oppression of non-white people. You're absolutely right. Their God is not our God. Absolutely correct. Nope, nobody. Nobody. All right, I'm going to open up the phone lines, give you all a chance. 413-337-1867 is the number if you want to chime in. Let me give you a couple of announcements, let you know some things that are happening. First of all, here in Massachusetts, particularly here in Western Mass, early voting is open right now. You go tomorrow, you go to Greenleaf. You can go in Springfield, you can go to Greenleaf, you can go to City Hall and vote right now. Primary is Tuesday, September 1st. Tuesday, September. See, Kim Ware, why you got to do that? Why you got to go there? Why you got to go there? I'm going to touch on that just because you brought it up. I was going to leave that alone, but Jerry Falwell threatened to sue me. He got into it with me before, and I'll tell you that story in a minute. So Tuesday is the primary. Tomorrow night, I'm going to get this up on my page as soon as I'm off the air. If you go to the Pioneer Valley Projects page right now, on Facebook. If you go to PVP, Pioneer Valley Project, the NAACP in partnership with the Pioneer Valley Project, we are sponsoring a digital forum tomorrow, a digital candidates forum on racial justice. Okay, we're talking specifically on racial justice. We're talking about police brutality. We're talking about health disparity. We're talking about jobs, COVID-19 recovery, all of that kind of stuff. And the seats that are coming to the table, we've got two contested state seats. One is for state representative, the seat that's being vacated by Representative Jose Tesado, and we've got school committee woman Denise Hurst, City Councilor Orlando Ramos running for that seat. We've got a state Senate seat. The incumbent is Senator James Welch, who's being challenged by City Councilor Adam Gomez. They both will be a part of this candidates forum. We've got a congressional race. Incumbent Congressman Richard Neal and challenger, the mayor of Holyoke, Mayor Alex Morse, will be part of this candidates forum. And the two candidates for U.S. Senate, the incumbent Senator Ed Markey and the challenger Congressman Joe Kennedy III, they've all confirmed that they will be a part of this candidates forum on racial justice. Is happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. We want to stream it live. It will happen tomorrow at 8 p.m. You will hear directly from the candidates how they plan to fight um, for Black communities, communities of color, how they plan to seek for policies that eradicate systemic racism. Here's what I need you to do right now. Here's what I need you to do. And somebody type this in the comment section. I need you to text the word local, LOCAL. Text the word local to this number right here, 413-214-5100. Somebody type that in there so they know it. Once again, text the word local, LOCAL. All right. To 413-214-5100 to register. Right. Let me see if it's case sensitive or not, because I don't know if it's case sensitive, but I'm going to find out right now. I'm going to do it myself. Once again, it's the word local to 413-214-5100. Let me see. And we are just local. So anyway, do that, and then you'll get the information about registering for this on tomorrow. This Digital Candidates Forum, Pioneer Valley Project, in conjunction with the Greater Springfield NAACP. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. All those candidates, they're going to be there. You're going to hear from them, and the primary for each of them is coming up on Tuesday. So you want to be a part of this that's happening. The other thing I need for you to do right now, while you are on the internet, I need you to go to the Facebook page of the Greater Springfield NAACP. Right? I need you to go there right now. Go to the Facebook page. Under the section of events, you will see under events our Freedom Fund Symposium. Now, normally our annual Freedom Fund is a big gala that we have at Chez Joseph Banquet Hall. And we have it specifically at Chez Joseph. And I know there are a lot of other venues and stuff around, the MGM Open, all that stuff. But we, the members of the NAACP Executive Committee, decided that we were going to keep ours at Chez Joseph because it's owned by a Black man. And we want to support Black-owned business. So we would normally be at Chez Joseph for our annual Freedom Fund Gala. However, because of COVID-19, it is now a virtual Freedom Fund Symposium. So you're not going to get no chicken. You're not going to get no prime rib. You ain't gonna get none of that stuff. Sorry. You can make it yourself and eat it while we're doing the symposium, so you can make it seem banquet-like if you want to, and that's wonderful. But it's happening on September 17th. Okay, happening on September 17th. We've got some very fine individuals who are being awarded Community Service Award, Youth Award, Veteran of the Year Award, and our Lifetime Achievement Award, the James F. Hennessy Award. Those will all be awarded during those times. We'll acknowledge our membership and our subscribing life members. We will have a very informative presentation on prostate cancer by AdmiTech. Will be happening. And you don't want to miss our keynote speaker, the Reverend Dr. Frederick Douglass Haynes III, Dr. Freddie Haynes. We had him back in 2016 for our Freedom Fund. And of course, he's spoken for me before. He was recently on my barbecue. Fire. The brother is fire. You don't want to miss it. Even virtually, you don't want to miss it. Dr. Haynes is going to be the speaker. That's on September 17th. Now, what you need to do is you need to go under the event section, click the link that says tickets. It takes you right to the page to register. Now, we are going to follow up with you once you register because we're asking, because it's still a fundraiser. And we want you to be a member as well. So we've asked people for a $50 donation. $50 donation is not a big donation to the branch because your membership costs $30. So what it really is $30 towards your annual membership and then a $20 donation to the branch. So, you know, under normal circumstance, you'd be charged $75, $100 for a ticket. And you'd come and you'd enjoy yourself and dress up and eat and all that stuff. So we know you're not going to be able to enjoy a meal and you know, all that stuff. But you're supporting the same organization. So we're going to ask you to make that modest donation or the best donation that you can give when we follow up with you. And you're still getting good stuff. You're getting good information on prostate cancer, good information, a dynamic speaker. We're going to have entertainment. We'll have an entertainment hour from 6 to 7. And then we'll go into the program at 7 o'clock. So I need y'all to go right now to our page and sign up for the Virtual Freedom Fund Symposium that is happening on September 17th. You want to be a part of that event. I promise you, you do. All right. I'm going to shut down the phone lines in a minute if y'all don't call. So 413-337-1867. I really want to hear from those who are saying they're not going to vote, because I really want to know why. I really want y'all to tell us why. I mean, I can speculate, but it's nothing like hearing it directly from you as to why you're not going to vote. Okay. Let me see. All right. Somebody trying to get up. Call me back. Call me back. I lost you.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Okay. Good evening. I almost said good morning, but good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening, Bishop. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. All I just want to say is just calling in. I'm just hoping that you stay strong, man.
I'm trying.
Stay strong.
I'm doing the best I can.
We just had another one.
Yeah. In Wisconsin. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that
not justified in whatsoever?
I mean, 7 times in the back at point blank range.
And he was stopping a fight.
Yes, he was breaking up the fight.
He was stopping a fight.
7.
And he went to the car to get his kid.
Man, and they shot him in front of his children.
And then what's worse is now they're bringing up his past as usual.
Mm-hmm. I have to do that because you've got to be able to dehumanize him. You've got to be able to thugify him, so that you can get people to empathize with the police officers, and to be apathetic to the murder of yet another black man. And I tell people, anybody who is buying into an excuse, what happened before the video, oh, he's got a criminal record, or any of that, you're just trash. You're the worst type of vermin that America has to offer. And I really don't want to be in the presence or around anybody who's justifying this murder. If you can look at that video and watch this man, and I mean, by the grace of God, he's alive, but he's gonna have a long road of surgeries and recovery and rehab and all of that if he's going to live through this. But to just that was attempted murder. That was attempted murder. And anybody who watches that and justifies that, they're the worst that America has to offer. They're trash.
Just like when Candace Owens was bringing up George Floyd's criminal past, I mean, there's no reason to do that. No reason to do that whatsoever.
No.
Yeah. I mean, so it is what it is. I mean, when is it going to end?
Yeah, how long this madness is the question of the day. All right, appreciate you, brother.
No worries, take care.
All right. 413 337 1867. 413 337 1867. A couple more things I'm gonna touch on. I'm gonna touch on this because, and y'all don't blame me for this. Y'all blame Kim Ware. She raised the question about Jerry Falwell. So tell you a little story. So Jerry, last year sometime, Jerry was talking about guns, how he carries guns and his sons, and he was basically trying to blame terrorism on Muslims, brown and black Muslims at that. And so he was saying how if more people carry guns, when these Muslims come in to terrorize us, you know, things wouldn't go down like they go down. And, you know, I chimed in because I wanted to remind this evangelical Christian white man that last year, every terrorist attack that happened in America was a homegrown American white man. And I wanted to remind him that the head of the FBI, Christopher Wray, testified before Congress that the greatest terrorist threat in America is white males. So why are you on here talking about black and brown Muslims? And so AOC, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, retweeted me, and because he had also come for her in that speech he was giving in the video. So she retweeted me, and so Jerry got a lot of heat. You know, he had her and he had me, and so this dude comes for me and basically said that I was slandering him, and if I don't apologize and take it back, that he's gonna sue me. Now y'all know y'all know what my response was, right? Yeah, y'all do know what my response was. I wasn't apologizing to Jerry Falwell for nothing, and I wasn't taking back. I told him before I take it back, I add more to it. I just told him to bring it. You gonna sue me? Bring it. You ain't the first one who threatened to sue me. The folks that were affiliated with the Covington boys threatened to sue me. See, these white folks believe in the First Amendment as long as it applies to them. They believe in their right to free speech. They don't believe in my right to free speech. They don't believe black people ought to have the same right to free speech as they have. So they threaten to sue you or try to punk you into taking back or taking down from what you said. I ain't the one that you can punk like that. So I've had several high profile people who have threatened to sue me. And Jerry Falwell was one of them. So he had a little back and forth with me. Eventually he blocked me. He blocked me. So the whole conversation had been going on for some time about this relationship with this young 20-something-year-old kid, a pool boy, and Falwell's wife. Questions surfaced about why is Falwell investing $1.8 million into a business run by this inexperienced young kid who has never run a business in his life. And there was speculation, that there was some funny stuff going on sexually, but no real evidence of it until I think Michael Cohen had said that he had gotten rid of some salacious photos of Jerry, his wife, and the pool boy, which heightened conversation around what was going on. So when you heard this running joke about Jerry and the pool boy, that's what that was all about. So recently, Jerry had been put on indefinite leave by the board at Liberty University while they investigated some allegations against him. Jerry was out vacationing on a yacht, and for the life of me, I can't figure this out. You're the head of a Christian university, supposed to be a preacher. You're supposed to be teaching family values, all that stuff. And this dude posts a picture with his arm around his mistress, and both of them with their pants unzipped on the yacht. And I'm like, what's up with this dude? In any case, he now admits his wife had an inappropriate affair for 6 years with the pool boy, but he had nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with it. And he was heartbroken when he found out. He lost 80 pounds. He was stressed, but he forgave her. He was trying to help her through it, blah, blah, blah. He didn't know, so on and so forth. But the pool boy says Jerry knew all about it. The pool boy says Jerry knew he and his wife, Becky, were intimate, and that Jerry liked to sit in the corner of the room and watched as they get their freak on. I'm just telling you, y'all can look it up and read it yourself. This is what the pool boy says about Jerry. That Jerry kind of like Swagger back in the day. I just want to watch. That Jerry got off at watching him bang his wife. Now, the reason why I thought when Kim mentioned that to talk about this is just to highlight the hypocrisy of white evangelical Christians. Jerry Falwell is part of the group that was calling Barack Obama the Antichrist. He's part of the Family Values Coalition of white evangelicals against abortion, against homosexuality, believe that marriage is between one man and one woman. Then all of a sudden, Donald Trump comes along and you okay with ignoring a dude who's married 3 times, 5 kids by 3 baby mamas, who has affairs with prostitutes and Playboy bunnies, and who pays 6 figures to porn stars to keep their affairs quiet. You ain't got no problem with all of that. Family values, folk. And these are the folks who called Obama the black man who's been married to the same woman for 28 years, has only 2 children by his wife, raised his children in church, was active in church. There's no scandals around him. There are no porn stars, no prostitutes, no men or no women who are saying they slept with Obama while he's been married to Michelle. But he, according to white evangelicals like Jerry Falwell, is wicked and evil and the Antichrist. But the one who bangs porn stars is God's anointed. And then you find out all this time that Jerry was getting his freak on watching the pool boy do his wife. This is the hypocrisy of white evangelicalism. So I always hold that white evangelicalism is nothing but white supremacy in drag. Or like my friend Freddie Haynes says, white evangelical Christians have been so busy being white, they haven't had any time to be Christian. And this Jerry Falwell story is just another in the ongoing saga of the hypocrisy of white evangelicals who want to moralize on everybody else while their life is in the gutter.
I'll get straight to the point. I found marijuana in the house.
Well, I mean, they always have $1 million testimony, but they got a 2-cent life. And that's real. That's real. And this is just another classic example. Wait a minute. Is this? Let me see here. Okay. It's just another classic example of the level of hypocrisy of these folks who want you to believe that God ordained for Trump to be the president, and if anybody votes against him, speaks against him, doesn't embrace him, and doesn't obey him, that they're disobeying God. And I believe God is exposing them. And here's another classic example. Condemning folks in the light what they do in the dark. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so, you know, you just look at it. Hey, Hope Hayes. How you doing, sis? You're right. Evangelical. Got all kinds of names for them. Hypocrites fits them probably the best. You know, my thing with them is this. So this guy says to me today, he says, you know, when you get, he said, Bishop, when you get before Jesus, you're not going to recognize him. I said to him, I said, no, bruh. When you get before Jesus, you ain't going to recognize him because you're going to be standing before a black man. And that's what I want to see. If y'all waiting for the return of Christ, what y'all gonna do when he comes back and he's black? I gotta get out of the way, y'all. All right. I gotta get out. I just wanted to come on, kind of make up for leaving y'all hanging this morning. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all pray for me. That I get some better rest and stuff. I had to be tired, and my wife didn't help me none. Y'all blame it on, matter of fact, blame it on her, because she was actually supposed to come on the radio with me, to talk about this voting initiative stuff. And she was supposed to set she set her alarm, so I didn't set mine. And I'm like, when I woke up, it was 9:30. I'm like, how in the world you sit here and let me oversleep like this? You know, boy, women, y'all a trip. Let me stop. So listen, I got to get out the way. I'll be back with you on Thursday evening for Bishop Swan Live, my Thursday evening broadcast at 10 p.m. But listen, once again, go to the Greater Springfield NAACP Facebook page, click that tickets link, register right now for the Freedom Fund Symposium. I need y'all to do that for me, okay? And then I need for you all, once again, for tomorrow night's forum, I've got Congressman Neal, Mayor Morse, Congressman Joe Kennedy, Senator Ed Markey, Senator James Welch, City Councilor Adam Gomez, City Councilor Orlando Ramos, School Committee Woman Denise Hurst, all coming on tomorrow. It is a digital candidates forum on racial justice, 8 p.m. I need you right now. Text the word local. Text the word local to 413-214-5100. Text the word local to 413-214-5100 to register for tomorrow night's forum. I'm out of here, y'all. Until the next time I talk to you and you talk to me, always remember, God bless you, and so do I.